Hello and welcome, Inspired Podcast community. This is your new episode. My name is Caroline, and my today's guest is Anita. And I know you have a last name. I'm not sure how to pronounce. Yeah.
It's Vivar.
Oh, hello. I'm so happy that you are here and that you said yes to our interview. And I asked you, you are in Lima right now in Peru. This is amazing. Yes, I love to talk to people all over the world. We met in the quantum wealth community, and I read in your bio that you recommend to slow down, listen, and take inspired action. This fits perfectly to the title of this podcast, Inspired. And would you please introduce yourself to the audience a little bit?
Yeah, sure. And well, hello, Caroline. I'm really happy to be here. And mm, what can I tell about myself? I I believe that the quantum wealth community has changed my life. I'm really happy to know people, to get to know other aspects of myself, and to learn so much from them. Like realizing that everyone is you has helped both my growth as a person, an entrepreneur, um, a friend, my relationships with my family, and right now doing what I like. And yet, that's it.
Oh, I love that so much. And I wish it for everybody, that they discover this and the potential. And of course, you also said something like, can I have that now? It is this attitude of it is possible for me and it is possible now. And this is for everyone. Yes.
Yeah. So, for example, there were a lot of things that I was like placing in the future for when I am worth it or for I'm ready for it. And I decided to drop that belief because, like, why should I wait for something to happen when I'm ready? Like, when am I going to know that I'm ready? And I can just accept that it can happen now. And that changed my whole perspective.
Yes. I totally understand. I had also a question 2 years ago. It was, what do you really, really want? And it's a little similar like that. First of all, to know what you want, and then your question about you can have it now, right? It's
Yeah.
amazing.
So,
Mhm.
for example, in my case, what I really, really want right now hmm, is to change positions because I'm uncomfortable. Okay, now it's better.
Okay, and you said something about being an entrepreneur as well, and maybe you can tell us what you are doing exactly and how you are helping people.
Oh, sure.
Mhm.
So, for example, right now I'm selling book stamps that are turning into something bigger than that because it all started with me wanting to share my passion about drawing and reading and combining those two things. And there were people who were so interested in doing what I was doing that were asking me to um, draw in their books, annotate their books. And I decided that I wanted to do something that could like reach larger audiences without me having to personally draw in all of their books. So I created practice sheets they could download. I was selling that. And it was all like something that was digital before it turned something physical. And now I'm selling stamps that are like in over 40 countries now. And I'm really happy about that because I was not expecting that to happen. And that is something that happens a lot with like the phase two thing, the quantum wealth community, that you drop your expectations and then things start to happen. So one way that I'm helping people is by not placing labels on them.
Mhm.
Like, oh, people from this country are only able to afford this kind of price, and I have to put a different price for this kind of people. Something that I have learned is that even if you consider something to be pricey or expensive, if you allow yourself to pay for that and have that experience, then you expand as well. So you see yourself as someone who's able to afford something or who's willing to afford something. And that changes your perspective a lot.
Yes, That's so true. And thank you for mentioning it. It's very important. About the labels, that we are, these are judgments, of course. We are judging the whole day or also ourselves, and it's not healthy. So we can learn this in the quantum wealth community, how it is related wealth and health, do whatever we want to do whenever we want to do it, and I love that so much. So I am happy too that you are here, and my next question is, what inspires you?
Everything.
Ah,
Like, I think that I'm a very creative person, but that is just what I think. When it comes to what I feel, it is easy for me to see something and to find a connection to something else and to do something with that. When you become aware of, for example, that connections are very important, or that you have resources in every person that you ever meet, then you can stop seeing that in everything. So if you find that, for example, in the community, then in my case, I have found that in books, I have found that in comic books, um, in my life. So I keep getting inspired to practice that wherever I go, because my attention is put into that experience, and that's where I draw my inspiration from everything.
yeah. I understand, because you mentioned focus. You focus, and then your attention goes there. This is your energy, and then it expands as well, and you get more of. So when we are grateful for something or happy, and we get more things into our life to be grateful for and happy. And this is the concept. It's easy. It's just like being like kids, like surprised about the next thing. And I love that so much that you said you are inspired by everything. Yes. And who inspires you?
Mm. Myself. it, I was tempted to say everyone to be logical, because if everything inspires me, then everyone should inspire me. But I want to acknowledge that I'm the person getting the inspiration. So I'm part of the whole process. And if everyone is me, then I'm inspired by myself.
Yeah.
And even without that logic, like you see something, and I don't know. In my case, many, if not all of my products have appeared, or I created them because I really like that feeling. So I wanted to keep feeling that way without the wanting or desire aspect of that, and just like keep doing stuff that made me feel that sensation, like happiness, enjoyment, excitement. So I was feeling inspired by those sensations that I wanted other people to feel the same. So it was just a way for me to express those emotions and other people reflecting them back. So yeah.
Wow, this is the best answer. You have this great feeling, and you want others to feel that too. And isn't it beautiful about the sharing, that we can share what we like most? Wow, this is the best answer. Thank you so much. And how do you inspire other people?
The first answer that comes to my mind is by doing what I love unapologetically. Uh, I have found that many people ask me how I grew my community on TikTok, how I grew my community on Instagram, how I get so many views. And that has nothing to do with what I do in the technical aspect, but how I feel. And I want to tell, and I want to show people, like, I really enjoy showing people that it's all about what they feel and what they share. And if they are excited about something, then other people will join that excitement. And even if they don't express that in a way that they could label as positive or I don't know, like even if they get hate comments for expressing something that they are passionate about, those are comments anyway, and those are gonna help people reach, like they're gonna help you reach people who are actually enjoying what you enjoy, or at least have feelings about what you enjoy. And yeah, and also I have seen many people expanding on their experiences because of them seeing me doing something different. Like there are many people who believe that books have to be kept pristine and clear and as if they were brand new. And I did a complete opposite. Like I want to leave a mark on them. And they decide that they want to do that as well because they want to experience that. So yeah, that's how I'm inspiring people. I'm inspiring people.
Oh, I love that. And we will all check out your Insta and TikTok account, of course. I put it in the show notes. It's important. Please follow Anita. She's amazing. And my next question is, what are your gifts and talents?
Mm. A thing that comes naturally to me is drawing and connecting with people, like in a way that I feel really energized when I'm interacting with people. And when I get to observe them and notice things about them, like I really love that. And something that I have been told is that it's really easy for me to befriend others. Like it doesn't matter if I know you like for years or if I have just met you. Like I will somehow like feel, I wouldn't say comfortable, but I'm happy to be around others. And drawing is like a way that I use to express myself and also to give something to the world. Because the reaction that people have whenever they get a drawing of themselves or just a drawing that was inspired on them, like it's something that comes naturally. And I have been like practicing that for years. And something that doesn't come that not well, that I didn't recognize as natural, but now I choose to notice or label as a gift is the awareness. Like it was enough for me to see other people being aware of themselves for me to repeat that and keep doing that. And that's something that happens a lot when you're in a community.
Oh, yes, and it's so nice. And we expand and expand and expand every day because we allow it. And when you say your one of your gifts is to connect to other people real quick, then can one also say you build trust?
Mm, I wouldn't say trust because trust means that they are expecting you to be a certain way. For example, when you trust someone, you expect them to, I don't know, to be honest or to always tell the truth or to always say what you perceive to be the truth
Mhm.
or to have a behavior that you can expect things from. But
Wow.
I think that it's more about being willing to show yourself and you get that back in return. Like when you're wearing a mask or when you are pretending to be someone else or when you are trying very hard to deceive others into believing that you're someone that you are not, which can happen when you have been lying to yourself in the past. um, they will were like it will be hard for them either to show themselves or to like even like you because they are not meeting you, they are meeting a version of you that you're showing. So yeah.
Oh, that's so true. And now I understand. I learned something because I had this question for a couple of months, I think, about, it's first of all, English is not my mother language, so I have to think about the words or this is what I think. I have to think twice about the word that I get the meaning. You know what I mean? And the word trust and then confidence and then there was something like, oh, you have to trust other people, otherwise you don't trust yourself, or you have built trust to other people. This is why I asked you if this is what you were referring to. But when you say you show yourself and you let the other person show themselves for a short period of time, let's say in the now moment, because there's only now, then it is not conditional, and it is, as you said, without expectations. And this is what I learned as the difference. Like building trust is like it is always with the purpose, right? As you said about honesty, also you expect something, therefore you trust. If you don't get what you expect, then you don't trust the person. Oh, I think I have to think about it the next 3 days and feelings about. No, it is deep. It is deep what you said, or for me, because I understood it now. Thank you so much. So my next question. No, I have to close this interview now because I'm thinking and digesting. No, my next question is, when people reach out to you after listening to this episode, do you have special offers or services you like to mention now?
Oh, yeah. So right now I'm helping people grow both their communities on TikTok, Instagram, and I'm also helping others to start selling things that they have always wanted to sell, but they thought that they had to first, I don't know, get income or have like money to support their small businesses ideas for them to later or eventually and hopefully quit their jobs. If something that you have been thinking of and you really feel like not going to your job, when you have to wake up in the morning and you feel that you will have to do many things that you don't like because that's how you pay your bills, then you can contact me and I can show you that that's not true. Like, you're the person paying your bills. It is not your job paying your bills, and there are so many creative ways that you can show yourself and be appreciated for that, meaning that you will be supported in your experience and you will get what you want. And it's not just by selling your misery, but by selling something that you're passionate about.
Mm. That sounds great. So are you referring to products or um like digital, how do you call it, online courses or
Yeah, mm, I'd like to call it more like a coaching
Mhm.
service rather than a package because it all depends on the person. So I want to make sure that if they are not the kind of person who follow through a course or they need to be like something tailored for them, I want to help in that way instead of offering something that they will not use.
Yes, I see. And I understand because often we buy something, it looks beautiful, and we never open it or we don't study it, and we have lots of excuses like no time or whatever. There's time for everything, and we had our marvelous interview time. But I would request from you if you have a last message to the audience.
Yeah, whether English is your first language or you have learned it, or any language in general, whatever you speak, always appreciate that you have that time to think about what you're going to say. Like, a way of appreciating something is using that, and you can appreciate your time by using it instead of giving an immediate response. And yeah, allow your intuition to speak through you.
Wow. Wow, this was really wow. I'm speechless now. You recognize it. I apply instantly what you just said about choose wisely, and you don't have to reply at all, right? We don't have, we can, so the response can be no reply at all. So this is nice because we choose, so thank you, thank you, thank you. I will always reply to you. You are amazing.
Thank you for
And
having me here and for this opportunity.
it is great. And I see you in the next episode.